Okay, I got a final reading here for April 1st to the 15th for Libra. Okay, and I usually have the cards laid out for you, Libra. I decided to shuffle. For Libra, reading from the 1st to the 15th, what you can most expect to happen in your life from the 1st to the 15th, Libra. So we're starting off, I'm going to put one card at a time. I see you right now as being in a very happy place in life. There's a lot of gentleness here in you right now at this time, Libra, which you love. You love peace. Both the man and female of the Libra side I like this energy for you. I feel like you're just really right now very heart-centered. Some of you might be pregnant or pregnant with an idea. Let's see what comes up with this. And to me, when I pull the first card, it always represents you right now, but it also represents an element of what the reading is going to address. But this is like your major energy, Libra, as we start in the month of April. And it's very feminine. There's just a lot of love radiating from you. You want peace. That's what I feel like. The need for peace. The desire to give out peace. Okay, next for my Libras, and this is very interesting. Very introspective time for you, Libra. It's a great time over the next 2 weeks. In this position here, I always say it's the flow of energy that's coming into your life that you shouldn't resist. You should flow with it. So when I see a card like the Hermit card and you decide that you say you got in your mind right now that you want to just run a marathon or something, now would not be the time to do it. You would be going against this type of energy, whereas the Hermit is telling you to withdraw. It's a time not to be seeking out the company of other people. It's a time to be alone. It's a time of, say, recharging your batteries, aligning yourself. I just feel a real gentleness and a real, as if there's somebody watching, a Libra watching that recently, and I think all my Libras are probably feeling this, is you want to be more gentle in life, you know, like you were thinking about a time where you used to be so loving, and then over the few last years you found yourself becoming like maybe bitter or something. So now is the time over the next 2 weeks to really go within, meditate, go alone. Don't be Friday night, when Friday night comes and all your friends want to go out. Yeah, say no. Say no. Now it's not the time. It's not the time for it. It's not a social time for you right now, Libra. It's you time. It's you time. What's next for our Libras? It's you time. And it's you time focused on what you love to do. So I feel like this is a card of like getting yourself centered, but this gets you centered too, because you're doing something that you love to do. You know, like, I don't know if you've ever heard that, like, when people are in pain and they focus on doing something they love, they don't notice the pain anymore. So this is kind of the thing that I see for you, like you're just very focused inwardly and you're just in a really happy place. Okay, and the rest of the reading is going to address this. Okay. Let's see what And this card, I always say, is the recent past. So in the recent past, I would say you fell in love, or like, it doesn't necessarily mean the love of another person. It can also be you fell in love with doing something. You fell in love with yourself. You fell in love with life. The joining of energies, a balancing of energies within. But I feel like there's Libras watching, because these two cards are very heart-centered and very loving. Like, something recently happened to you, Libra, that made you feel that you wanted to be different, that put a little spark into you. And this is interesting because it's very similar to this card. So whether you want to hermit or not, it looks like the universe is going to make that happen, because I see over the next week rest and the need for rest. So oftentimes when it's the rhythms of the universe is telling us to rest and we don't, things happen to force us to rest. So I feel like you will be resting over the next week. But you're focused on something, you know. You're also going within. But like I say, people sometimes focus on things as a way to manage pain. They focus on what they love. So I almost feel like you're just in a need to focus on getting rest, going within, focusing on doing what you love. Okay. So the next for Libra is, we have the Death card. It's interesting because this is, often is somebody that's did it also, it's the warrior. He's put down his swords and he's either dead or given up the fight, or he's wounded. So it's almost like you have a death 2 times in a row. Now, I don't believe that it was a person is dying. Nobody's dying, but there's a side of you that's dying. And where this card is in the past, maybe for some of you there's a relationship that didn't work out and you're needing to heal from that. Even though you're feeling very soft and loving and emotional, it's some of you are healing from a romance that perhaps didn't work out. I feel like because the person didn't live here or didn't live by you. So it wasn't like a romance that the other person wasn't interested in you. It just wasn't feasible. It just wasn't something that you guys could manage to do, okay? So I feel like there's some healing going on here. So with the Death card, it's endings. So it's right in a row. You're dealing with endings for the next 2 weeks, okay? And maybe you're just right here worn out and resting because you're sad over an ending. And like, it's not showing me a breakup. What I'm feeling is, because this is in the past, just the very recent past, is as if you guys just couldn't make it work because of other circumstances. So keep your focus on your work. Keep your focus on what you love to do. This is not necessarily your job. This is something that a person does over and over and over again because they're passionate about it. It's something they love to do, Your hopes and fears. So perhaps there's Libras out there that was hoping that somebody was going to be in their life. There's other Libras that are hoping for abundance. Let me see what's next here. Oh, that's a beautiful card. And it's just so much like this, as far as I'm concerned, that really authentic, true to yourself. So even though the death cards are here, none of the other cards are showing me any hardship. So whatever this endings are is something you're not heartbroken about it, Libra. You're accepting of it. And you're just accepting it like it is. And like I say, I feel very much it was some sort of partnership that did not work out, okay? And not because of something really terrible. But now we see somebody walking away. We see two people going in different directions. Two people walking away. So, even though I said I saw a relationship that ended, Libra, you yourself are not angry about it. You might be hurt. These are emotional, heart-centered cards, but you're taking the high road. And I said just previously there that the breakup wasn't over somebody breaking another person's heart. It's just that it didn't work out. But with this card, I do see some sneakiness. But with this card, it's telling you to be sneaky. It's telling you to walk away. That I almost get the sense that it was so much better. So even though you might, you're emotional, you're not heartbroken, you're not angry, but you feel emotional that it didn't work out. These cards are telling you it's way better that it didn't work out, okay? And it's very interesting because I have two people walking away from each other. But in this position, I feel like it's you, and it's saying you did the right thing, okay? It's best, okay? Just get the hell out of there, right? Okay, and then it's completely finished. So I feel with this in the past and these in the future, for some Libras watching, there's a complete ending of a relationship. But like I say, you're not torn up about it, okay? You're just handling it very maturely, okay? And you understand that you got to move on, okay? So it's an interesting reading, okay? Go within, nurture yourself, and just move on. Heal and move on. That's what you're going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. By 2 weeks, you're totally moved on from this. It's as if, oh, bummer, it didn't work out. But you're definitely going to know that it was for the best. So maybe that's what you're already feeling already. I think it's more you're just bummed because you want a partner. Okay, so I'm just pulling another card here. I'm asking the most important message that you need to hear from the 1st to the 15th. This message applies. Like if you do what this card tells you, it's going to lead you to your very best lives, Libras, all Libras that are watching. The instruction for them to lead them to take your power back. So this is what you're doing here. This is very much a card of taking your power back. And I definitely feel this is you. This is not somebody sneaking behind your back. The universe is just, okay, be out of there. Take your power back. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life, okay? And I really feel that you're doing that, Libra, over the next 2 weeks, because there's such a maturity to this ending, okay? If it wasn't, you'd see angry cards, you'd see really heartbroken cards. These are some of the nicest cards in the deck to go with these two death cards in the relationship. And like I say, that can refer to all partnerships or an ending of a friendship. But I really feel it was like, okay, I had a little bit of hots for somebody. I had some hopes, but I'm going to take the high road. It didn't work out. I'm going to quickly heal from it, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to take my power back and manifest blessings in my life. I'm not going to let this throw me off. Okay, so Libra, I hope that was helpful to you. I hope it was fun for you. And if you want a reading, all the information is below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. On the 15th, I'm going to make more of these videos. And I always say I'm going to do it, but they do take so long. But I'm going to do my best because I really find them fun to do. But, you know, I work all day and then I come home. It takes hours to do these, but they are very interesting. Okay, love and peace.